If you lost money today, you need to watch this video. There's going to be tips that'll prevent you from losing money in the future, and it'll allow you to make more money as you go along. So today, I was able to lock in $5,726 across my 19 Apex PA accounts. This is the simplest and the easiest way to make money in the stock market. All you do is look at pre-market levels, wait for price to go into those pre-market levels and either break through or hold and bounce off of those levels, and that's where you will either enter or exit those trades. Now, as you see here on this PA account, I was able to lock in just over $300. I've had a little bit of problem with slippage recently on the trade copier for Quant Tower, so I'm definitely going to continue to watch that. Maybe I need to change the way I go about entering my trades. I usually join the bid, however, maybe I need to start just going to the ask. That way I for sure get filled, hopefully at the same price in each of my accounts. But yeah, so let's dive into it. So in the pre-market, what do we see? The 17,400 level is a huge level of support. Buyer stepped in here. We can see that by a huge bottom wick. So every morning, plot your pre-market high and your pre-market low. There's essentially clues that are left in these pre-market times. So we know buyers are waiting in this area and sellers are waiting up closer toward the orange line, which on my chart is the 50 exponential moving average. We can see this level of liquidity on Bookmap got taken out and a bunch of sellers got trapped below, and then nothing but aggressive market buyers stepped in and sent the price directly up. That's where I made my money today. I saw that we held again right before the market opened, that 17,400 level. This was a key level of support in the pre-market, and I entered 2 micro NASDAQ contracts. My stop was going to be below that level, and I was targeting at least those pre-market highs, and I was able to pretty much catch zero drawdown and ride. Basically, it should have been like $340 per account, but the market was pretty volatile. Everything was moving. The trade copier got a little bit of slippage. So I got in around this area, had a little bit of a pullback, saw the bottom wick, instantly had the confidence to be able to hold, and I held 2 micro NASDAQ contracts, and then I just rode this trade up. And as soon as I started the sellers come back in around those pre-market high levels that we had the rejection from, I just ended up getting out, walked out with my profit. Most traders will, they missed out the first move. They'll try to like FOMO into it. That's something you want to avoid. The goal is to take high quality setups and hold them, only get out when it clearly breaks down or violates the level in which you had your stop previously set to. Something that I began to implement is the fact that this 50 exponential moving average can act as support. Once you reclaim that level, you can see we held it, and then we popped the pre-market highs, and we ran all the way up to 18,280, which is an absolutely huge range. We started the day at like 17.5 and went up, essentially 700 points. And I think this is going to be something that we normally see the rest of this week. There's just so much going on. There's so much fear. Everyone is panicking about a recession and Fed rates and all this kind of stuff. And it's going to be an amazing opportunity for traders. Just make sure you use trailing stops because the price can go against you quickly. As you can see in a lot of these candles today, usually you see 10 to 30 point candles. Some of these candles today on the 5-minute chart were like 100 points. And if you're trading like minis, you can get stopped out and blow your account extremely quickly. So I would highly recommend to everybody, unless you're an experienced trader, which if you're an experienced trader, you're probably not watching this video. So everyone watching this video, use mini contracts and zoom out on the chart. So my favorite thing to look up and always have pulled up is this 1-hour chart. If you tried to short today, you clearly did not have this 1 hour chart pulled up, because there's nothing but buying all the way until at least noon. So if you were trying to short anytime before noon today, you gotta reevaluate and look at bigger time frames. I always have a 1 hour, a daily, a 15-minute, and at least a 5-minute pulled up on whatever it is I'm trading. I think one of the worst things one could possibly do is have like the 1 minute chart pulled up on NASDAQ. There's just too much noise. You can't really tell a direction, and it just gets absolutely wild. Like, you're not really holding trades to like a take profit, and you're not really like able to see the big picture. So I'm gonna adjust my zones here for tomorrow. We're gonna have resistance up in the like 18,200 to 18,300 level. Obviously it's a big range, but that's just kind of what we saw today, where the rejections came in, and then we're gonna have support in that 17,400 level. I would just kind of watch these two levels. Definitely going to be important for the rest of the week. If we get above the 17, or like, I guess like the 18,200 level, you could look for an immediate move to 18.4. But as you can see here on Bookmap, the NASDAQ has a lot of liquidity lower, but the ES has a lot of liquidity both lower and higher. So expect a ton of volatility. I don't think there's going to be a clear direction. We could bounce around in here, either for a consolidation move back up, or hold in here for like a bear flag and eventually drop back down. Just go into each day with plotting those pre-market levels, not having a bias, no matter how bad the news says the world is going to fall apart and everything is going to go to crap and the recession, and it's the end of the world, because it's never as good or as bad as you think. So once again, plot the pre-market levels, look at higher time frames, and let's start getting more consistent payouts. Let's stop losing money, and let's just start being more consistent traders.